Tampa and visiting one of the coolest family businesses. Family business does not get more family than this roofing company. Owner Robin runs the company with his parents Tommy and Winnie. His sister Maggie is in sales rep for the company, and his fiance Alex runs their books, bookkeeping, and HR. But for me personally, it always starts at the parking lot. I mean, look at this fleet. They only have been in business for a little bit over than 2 years. 5 months ago though, they decided to rebrand and they picked the name Trust Roofing. I consult with a lot of roofing business owners or people who are trying to get in the business, and they usually complain that all the names are taken. Look, Trust Roofing was not taken, and you know what else was not taken? Their slogan. Look how brilliant the slogan is. Our name is our promise. I believe the roofing school, our graphic designers actually designed their vehicles. 2 years in business, 5 months rebranded. They're doing about 7 million already per year revenue. Look at this. If this doesn't look good, I don't know what is. Let's go inside and see how they do it. And by the way, they're a fully retail company, not insurance. I mean, they'll take an insurance check, but mainly it's all retail.
My name is Robin Scherer. I'm the owner of Trust Roofing Company. When I was 15 years old, my dad's owned a roofing company since the 80s, a long time. So when I grew up, I was always growing up around him doing roofing. Like when I was 6 years old, 5 years old, I'm in the car with him on a Thomas Book map, like pointing him how to get to his estimates and do his sites and watching him go up and quote roofs. I've always been around the business.
Originally, the company is with my husband, Tommy Scherer. He's been roofing for over 30 years. We established Scherer Inc., the name of our current company, in the year 2000, basically. That company has been doing very well. When Robin was 15, like say 2014-ish, we started having him learn the trade. So we started him from the very bottom, going and probing roofs, learning how to do it.
Trust Roofing is a family-owned company. My brother Robin is half owner, and then my mom Winnie is half owner, so they are the owners, CEOs of the company, running everything, making sure everything goes smooth. And then Alex is my brother's fiance. She's the office manager and like head of HR, and takes all the calls, schedules, like make sure all personnel, everything's going good. And then me, I am the sister and daughter of my mom, and I do sales.
Trust Roofing is a family business. And what makes it a family business is not only actually being run by the Scherers, Robin, Winnie, his dad, even his sister being here, but the dynamic of them growing up together and what a tight-knit family they've had. It's a big family too, but them, the core people right there that I mentioned, being able to expand and grow into something together like a business and see it flourish and prosper like this is a very magical thing and can only be done by some bond like that, a family bond. That's what makes it a family business, I guess.
We're gonna get back to Trust Roofing story in just 1 minute, but first, I wanted to make a quick announcement about services that we do offer here at Roofing Insights. 2 things that I love the most is teaching, helping, consulting other business owners, and second, creating amazing high-quality content. This is exactly what our offer is to you. If you are a small business owner and you have an amazing story, you want to maybe invite us to you, we would love to earn your business. For example, Robin shared with me that his first YouTube video that he watched on Roofing Insights was how to pass roofing exam in Florida. I was a Florida contractor. I created that video years ago. That was his first video of Roofing Insights. He watched it. He passed the exam, he became a contractor, he followed our content. He does pretty much everything we teach in the roofing school. I'm talking about CRM he uses, you know, from QuickBooks lessons to branding, marketing. My graphic designer wrapped his vehicles. So we become friends even before we become friends. And when he was ready, when he was doing millions in sales, he decided to reach out to share his amazing story with our audience, but also with his potential clients. So if you have a business, it doesn't have to be even roofing, and you want exposure, if you want a branding help, if you want a consultation, this is what we offer. Me and my team will fly to you. I will see what are you doing and what are you not doing in branding and marketing, help you there. Every client I come to, I look everywhere. I'm giving them tips and advice because I've been over 100 companies, and I know what works, what doesn't. If you're interested, go to dmitriylepinskiy.com, submit the form there. Hope to hear from you, and maybe you're going to be our next story. Now let's get back to Trust Roofing.
Well, to be honest, it doesn't always work. I mean, it's not always smooth. Like, how are you going to get with your mom and your dad's there and my sister's there, my fiance's there? I mean, it's hard. It's definitely a struggle, but at the same time, we all have, the same goals, where we want to take this thing, what we want to do, and we're able to get together at the end of the day. They all bring so much positive energy to the team. It's just amazing the positive energy this group has. So it really helps to hold it all together. Because at the end of the day, even if I'm disagreeing with my mom on how to do something, or with my dad, I mean, I'm young, I'm 25, I have my way I like to do business. My dad's way of doing business is the complete opposite of mine in many ways, seriously. But just, that group and team energy and what we've been able to build here, it's so special that, like, I wouldn't let a little disagreement with my mom and dad stop all this, because it's so beautiful. So
I mean, I think the pros of the family-owned and operated business is it's like I'm close with everyone and I know them well. And then, it's family-owned and operated, but we also have, like, a lot of my coworkers are also good friends that, like, I have known a long time as well. So it keeps the group really good because you know everyone, you're all friends. That makes it easy to work with people. So I really like that. I don't really have many cons because I think it's honestly a good thing. I mean, the family aspect, obviously, we're like, as families, you can have little family squabbles and stuff, but as far as the business side of it, I don't have any cons. I think we make it work really well.
Today we got 4 projects going on. This is our first stop. This is on Clearwater Beach. This is a shingle replacement. There's a couple flats in the back that we're installing TPO on. Unique about this project is there's some dips in the wood. A lot of old houses in Florida, the framing, there'll be dips, so we're trying to level it up, make it look more sightly from the front and everything. The biggest challenge to managing 3 or 4 jobs per day, 100%, is the client communication, the coordination, and the setting of expectations, both by the sales rep before the job, and then also project management during the job.
So this job in particular was actually made a little easier because it was a referral from another contractor I've been working with. So yeah, she just had the client she was working with here, and she herself happens to not really know much about roofing, so she called me and I shared with her what I thought going on. They had a couple issues they wanted to work out, so I basically came in and showed her what I could do to improve it, and I gave them an estimation of what the roof replacement would cost. We offer great warranties and all this stuff, and she was very happy to work with us. She had to convince her client a little bit, but we made it happen.
Okay, we're in Clearwater Beach and we are installing a roof down the street. We're walking right now. Here in Florida, there's a lot of different systems that we install. I'd say by far the most common on homes is going to be your asphalt shingle roof. On residential homes, asphalt shingles are budget. They're very solid, tried and true. Another type of system is a metal roof. Standing seam metal roofs. They last a long time, 40 to 50 years. They're very good against wind. Another system is going to be tile, clay tile, concrete tile. They're very common here. On the commercial side, a lot of TPO and PVC single ply is what we install. Also on these residential homes, often there's a little back Florida room or a back patio. So we're normally installing TPO or PVC systems on those as well. A little bit of torch down here and there, but for me, I'd say 98% of my flats are TPO and PVC, maybe 2% modified bitumen. This is a new construction Hilton being built, and basically we're installing a tapered PolyIso system, and then we're installing a 60 mil TPO system. It's all mechanically fastened. They are foaming these top edges here. The screws in the plates, there's one on each corner. They're supposed to be about 6 inches offset, and then one in the center, and that's gonna hold the boards down good. And then they come in different panels. They call them X panels, Y panels. Then there's 2-inch panels, and they build it out in a system to stagger it and send the water down that way. They set the ollie bond in with these guns, and then set it in, and then you immediately place weight all over it. You go back and forth like that. Want to make sure there's enough in every corner so that the board will set very nicely in. That's one thing I like about TPO is that a box like this, the material all will wrap up and around it, up and over it. He can glue it right to this so it's tight. And then he gets a seamless weld right to here. I like the details of it. Then these plumbing pipes and those electrical poles, we're gonna have the TPO wrap around it like a flashing, a boot.
We like to be able to set a target and try to be able to squeeze tight so it can be secure in 2 areas. We heat our area up so it can go tight. Always make sure your area is clean. He fabricated a witch hat to watertight this pipe, which also comes with a clamp on the top, as you see.
They're going to be first installing a PolyIso, a 1-inch PolyIso board to the wall, and then they're going to be gluing up directly to that and then over the wall. And at the end, we're installing a cleated and clipped coping metal system over the entire perimeter of this. So, and basically, I always had my sight set on, you know, branching out, second location. I always thought maybe in Tampa or in Orlando. And basically, this hurricane hit in the Fort Myers area and Port Charlotte area really hard. So some of my guys came out here and we saw the damage, we saw the amount of work that needed to be done. We weren't talking about 2 weeks of work, we weren't talking about 2 months of work, we were talking about probably a year of work to rebuild people's homes who got ravaged by it. We weren't planning on doing it, but we decided to stretch ourselves and open up a second location in the area just to help take care of the homeowners and everything. That's what we've done. We have a branch manager here, sales manager, and production team. We're basically just getting started and making sure that every single homeowner, we try to deliver the product, same product we deliver back home that's made a name for us in Tampa, Clearwater.
Initially, one thing we've always wanted to do is have this be a multi-branch company, right? We want to start other branches. Hurricane Ian hit and the need for roofs to be redone, the 2 main things people need are electricity and roofs. So obviously we're a roofing company, we're getting a lot of calls from down there. We go over there, you go into a neighborhood, and everyone in the neighborhood needs a roof, right? And a lot of people are coming from out of town, and what they're doing is they're raising prices too high or trying to take advantage of people because it's a disaster area. So one of the reasons we're down there is 1, we can help a lot of people. 2, it's a good opportunity to start new branches. There's gonna be plenty of work. 3, we're a Florida contractor, so people can have more trust with us. And we're keeping it at the same rates that you would get even if you're here in a non-disaster zone, you know? So people are getting treated fairly, we're getting fair pricing, they're getting everything the same they would get from an actual company working down there, even if it wasn't a natural disaster.
We're here in Cape Coral right now, a lot of damage out here, getting lots of roofs done. We've been on this street for the last couple of days, doing these roofs down here. We did the neighbors yesterday, and I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of the minimum requirements we have here in Florida on getting the roof done properly, correctly, and installed good. So here in Florida, one thing we really have to do, it's different than other states, is when we tear down to a wood deck, we have to re-nail all the trusses 6 inches on center. Ring shank nails, 6 inches all the way down every truss right here. Now this is really good. We do this, not a lot of guys do this. They'll go through with a peel and stick and they'll just like peel and stick down the valley, right? What we do is we use galva aluminum roll. They come in 50-foot rolls. We nail it down to the valley right here, and we do our roof cement about 4 inches all the way up and around the edges. That's a 3rd layer of protection down the valleys because the valleys are going to get the most water when it rains. We use peel and stick underlayment. There's less nails, less cap nails on the peel and stick underlayment. Whenever we get on a roof, we replace all lead pipe flashings, 2-inch, 3-inch, 1.5-inch, as well as all the goosenecks on the roof with brand new galva aluminum or lead pipe flashing right here. And we actually do reef cement about 4 inches down all the drip edge, and we put our starter shingle on top of that. That way there's a second, because all your wind's gonna hit this edge right here, this eave. So we want a lot of stickiness right here to keep it from blowing up, extra wind resistance.
So we moved here in August of 2019, and I helped Robin get his license. Did very well. As a funny story, right when he got his license, he goes, "Oh my gosh, Mom, we've got COVID. What in the world are we gonna do?" Because we had this whole, we like to do trade shows and very successful with marketing. And I said, it's okay, we'll do it the old-fashioned way. And then we started doing our first trade shows again in like 2021. They were very slow. And now we're actually able to do trade shows again.
We're out here at Tampa Bay Convention Center. We're doing our booth here. We got it focused on commercial roofing, on flat roofing, because that's what most condos and HOAs have on them. And our whole goal is just to start conversations with people and then find out if they need help with their roofs. And if they do, set up a time for an estimate. We've been doing these for a long time. My mom started in LA. One of the first ways she started to get big commercial jobs was going to these trade shows way back in like 2007, 2008. So you know, she kind of found that, and we've been doing them ever since, and very workable and very cool.
What I love about Trust Roofing is we quote any roof, any size, big or small, residential to large commercial roofs. Right now we just got a lead for a condominium that is actually 20,000 square foot. So we're gonna go look at that roof first thing in the morning. And we treat all of our customers the same. We pride ourselves in excellent customer service and also professionalism.
My number one tip for running these trade shows and having success is something like this. Simple. All it is a free estimate form just to fill out the information. And what we do is we just have this right out in front. And whenever anyone expresses interest that maybe they need help with their roof, we grab a pen and we get their information down immediately. And we try to set up a time for the next week if possible, or that same week to come out and meet them. But capturing those leads and then actually following up with them, you know, that's what it's all about. So.
Number one, my successful actions in marketing. Robin this is a good thing with screen time. So Robin has always liked to learn, so there's not all bad on the internet. You can go to YouTube. You can Google how to shingle, how to do TPO, how to this, how to that. Robin's a genius with that. What are other roofing companies doing that are successful? He tells me, geez, Mom, all over the United States, Mom, we need to wrap our cars. You will see from further things, Robin has done just that. We need to have an office. We need to have a place where people can see us. You know, we need to have signs. We need to be doing Google. We need to be doing a great website. He brings that skill and ability to the company, which has definitely helped it expand. So the two of us actually make a really good team. Plus, a secret that I said is, one of the things I taught him is, as owners, we are reachable owners. So on the weekends, I'm taking calls. In the evenings, I take calls.
I try to find the time in my life to hang out with my fiance, go out and do things on the weekends and stuff, but I put in 70 to 80 hours a week to build this company to where it's at. I mean, if you were here 6 months ago, I was running this company, you know, like out of my house in the rural area. We had all the shingles and materials out there. It was me, and I had, I think, one sales guy at that time, and it was me and one crew doing all the installs. That was 6, 7 months ago. And then now, I changed the name to Trust Roofing 5 months ago, and I expanded it like this. So that's been a lot of time and effort. You get what you put into it, for sure. So.